Hi all, happy Christmas if you celebrate it. I do. I'm Greek Orthodox, so special day today, Christmas Eve. So I've put some, might have made some adjustments to the other scene. So I hope you're all having a great time. And yeah, if you want to consider becoming a Chess24 premium member in the new year, there's a 15% discount code here. Okay, so let's look at the challenges. And I've noticed I've got a very big challenge here. Before I accept challenge forward, I'm going to just play someone else just to warm up a bit more, relatively speaking. Okay, so here we go. Oh, it would be good to flip the screen, wouldn't it? So you can see the board. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, it's good for me to check that it's going okay. Okay. Let's see, is that bishop f5? I hope the board's okay now. I'm hoping the delay's gone now. You can see a board. I can on my preview, so that'd be a bit strange. Okay. Let's take on f3 to weaken d4. And let's see what's going on. c6, knight h5 to f4. Nice, yeah, he's always going to snap that off, isn't he? I think this d4 is like an Achilles heel slightly here, because I can secure this square, but he can't secure this square with a pawn now. So sometimes that gives black an advantage, just simply having a knight outpost there. Got to be wary about my h6 pawn now, I think. Now if he took, I think he extends the scope of this bishop if he took. And also there'll be frontal pressure on e4. So I think that would be in my favour. At the moment, I mean, it might be a weak pawn sometimes. I'm wondering, oh, okay. Actually, let's try and discourage that a bit more, just in case. So there'll be immediate pressure on e4. Can I actually do this to try and lock down the pawns on knight squares, right? Okay. If I did, I don't know, queen d6 here, just to build up with rook d8. I was thinking for a moment queen e7, but maybe he could actually take and win that pawn on queen e7. Yeah, because something like queen e7, bishop d4, rook d8. I think there's knight d5 interruption, maybe. So I'm trying to hold on to d4 here, just putting some pressure behind it. So maybe then I could move my queen somewhere. Maybe b4 actually. Okay, so here, and then queen b4. Oh, there is knight f3 as well. Knight f3 would have been good. But even better here, it'll be winning a piece now on d2. Knight takes f3 and queen takes d2. Now, queen b4 looks dangerous. Let's say rook c1, queen c4, knight d5. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to test this. There might be something else here. I know knight f3, queen f3. There might be something else going on. What about, yeah, knight takes b5, hitting the queen, and c3. Knight takes b5. So rook c1, knight takes b5. Queen c1, you know, maybe knight takes f3 then. Okay. Now here, rook takes d4, he protects the knight. So I'll do this, try and extend that bishop. And maybe win c4. c4. Maybe. And queen e6. Oh, I could have taken the knight. Okay. I could still take the knight. Although here it's a little bit more dangerous. I'll ignore it. I don't want this controversy of this pawn over here. I'll take the knight here. Alright, maybe so d2. Alright, I'll just play to take on e4. This should be good enough to have a big advantage here. Just knight takes e4. Bishop's now great. Yeah. Okay, thanks for the game, there. Okay, okay, Shellingford. Let's see. Would it be a King's Engine? Maybe it will be. On this line. Okay. Is he wanting to play b5? Alright, I'm intrigued. Do I play knight c5? Well, maybe c5 is okay here. Maybe. Yeah, so both of us have weakened the blockade for a moment. Knight d2 to e4, I have to watch out for. Wondering f5 and e4. As long as he's not hitting my queen immediately to lift that blockade. e4 might be worth it. I get that e5 square. I'm not here though. Okay. If I played rook e8, rook f6, no, I can't play e4 at the moment. a6, just this a file maybe, and rook a2 after. f4 then I could play e4 maybe. It blocks that diagonal. I'm wondering, say, okay. Bit of pressure on this A file. Is Queen E7 plausible? Just play E4 because he's weakened A3 as a target. If I swap this off, isn't A3 a bit weaker? Oh, Queen C7, Knight E5. I wouldn't mind the Queen's coming off. He's got a backward pawn there. Knight E5. Seems okay, Knight E5. Or do I double the rooks? If I double the rooks? Does he do rook E3? I think rook E3, knight E5 to G4 maybe. Right, let's go for knight G4 here. Right. I play for... No, that's too weakening. That's too weakening. Yeah. Protects B6 a bit more. Protects against D6. Yeah. Is he playing for a piece sack? He might be. This bishop maybe can go here. No, this piece sack's too dangerous. Let's just preempt the piece sack a little bit. Maybe knight G4. Oh, what's happening? That nasty pin. Which I can't get out of at the moment. Okay. So rook E3 is going to happen. So is there anything? Oh no. Let's just give it back with rook, not rook A3. Yeah, rook A3 maybe. Oh, it's got rook H5 there. It's even worse. Oh, this is rook G5. I think it's over. Yeah, that was a horrible piece sack to play against. Yeah, I think just rook G5. No real defense here. Yeah. Alright, I could try maybe try and distract against the rook. Oh, there's rook F5. Yeah. Okay, well played. Well done. Okay, next challenge, Kramnik student. Yeah, try and spin more gambit. Right, so rook AD1 and then E5. Knight G4 maybe is... This structure looks as though it could be dangerous for black. So Knight G... Knight G... okay, can I do this now? Well, it's weakening all the dark squares. Okay, what about king, I don't know, king h2, rook h1, king g1, that sort of thing. Just to play knight h6 at some point. And then queen g4. So king g1, knight h6, queen g4, bishop d7, rook h6. Okay, knight h6, queen g4, bishop g7, rook h6, knight e5, queen h5, something like this again. So, yeah, tempo here anyway for b3. Then kick things off with knight h6. So let's say queen a5, b3, knight a3, knight h6, g takes, queen g4. Okay, I'll do this. Let's go into this line. Knight h6, queen g4, king h8. What about just queen d3 there? Knight h6 takes, queen d3 is dangerous. For h7, bishop g7, queen h7, king f8. See, what about just queen d3 just straight off the bat? There's knight b3, right? Okay. What about just taking, check, taking, takes, rook h1. The queen's over here. So rook h6 here, knight b1. If it takes knight b1, rook h1, king f8, queen g5 to stop the king coming across. Well, let's have a look at this. No, there's no rook h1. I'm just hallucinating now. Okay. Let's take that now. It's probably not going anywhere. Oh, I can play rook g5 maybe. Queen d5 f3. There might be knight b6 with the queen on d5, knight b6 at some point as well. So queen d5 f3 with the threat of rook g5. So say king f8, knight b6. Queen e4. Okay, I think I have to. Ooh, this queen simplifies. I think I've had it actually. I just realised. Yeah. Okay, that stops queen e4 though as well. Okay, that's good news there. Otherwise, that hits b1 and g4. Okay, so there is maybe rook g5 and knight b6 here. There's d3. There's rook g5. Do I play rook g5 here? Or knight b6? Maybe knight b6 is a nuisance just to get some material back. The knight's kind of stranded in any case on a4. Right now, rook g5. Let's check. Okay, king h2. I'm wondering, rook g5, bishop e5, check, and then we'll take it from there. Queen h5, that's fronting rook e5, f6. Would he play? Probably would play f6. This check, I'm not sure it's doing anything. So if I go for this instead, just to encourage f6 for a moment. Actually, there's always rook g1 now, so maybe f4 is possible at some point. So let's see, f6. f6, there's check here, and I get access to g7, king e7, rook g7, king d6. f6 blunts g7, the bishop on g7, f6, f5. Maybe f5, queen h7, it doesn't hit the rook, so f5, queen h7 threatens rook g8. Bishop g3 has rook g3. Oh, it's not a problem actually. Oh. I distract the queen away from this pin. f4 is unpinning rook g8. I'm threatening rook d3. Rook c2, rook d3, rook g2. I'm not sure that's doing anything. Right, what's this? Oh, to play rook c2. Right, it's unpinning me. That's a rook g8. Helps me for rook g8. Well, thanks for the game. Yeah, that was tactical. Yeah. That was a bit of a thriller. Okay. Azur missed. Azur missed. Blimey. Yeah, I think hallucinating doesn't help. I had the other rook to go to h1. For some reason, I thought I had, when I did the knight set, I thought I had rook h1 after, if I could sack the other rook on rook h1. I just realised that, no. So basically it was a knight sack for one pawn at that point, and damaged pawn structure. This knight d5 looks so good and thematic here. At the very least, I was going to say bishop e3 to b6, but he's stopped that, so that's good. Or is it a target? Maybe it's a target. If he plays f6, he's weakening the diagonal, which I think persists, Edigs. This diagonal will be weakened later when black's on g8, king's on g8, this diagonal. But in the meantime here, I'm wondering if I can play rook c1 and bishop goes back somewhere. There's always bishop f2 and takes. Do I really want to move this bishop back, or do I want to play rook c1? Might have to play a calm move here, unfortunately. Wait, if he takes the knight now, I think I'll stop him castling, at least. Oh, hang on. Why didn't I just take on... Why didn't I take on c5? Yeah, I could have improved the move order there. I can still pin this. Okay, I can still take here. Get my piece back. That's pinned. This is still dangerous. Rook e3, queen d6 is very dangerous. This has opened the door on that diagonal, this f6. Oh yeah, I was expecting bishop e3. I didn't realise. I could have taken on c5, but anyway, it's done. So this is okay. It seems it can't castle. That's the key thing. Can't castle. So rook e3 and queen d6 coming up, and just double the rooks. Okay. As an alternative, there's queen d5 here. That's queen e7. That's rook e3. What is this queen d5? Rook f8? I think queen d5 might even be stronger than rook e3, because rook e3 is king f8 on queen d5 there. That doesn't make much difference actually either way. Is it? Or maybe there's queen c7. If you played queen c7 there, we have the same scenario. So doesn't matter. I think it might not matter that much. So queen d5 coming up, queen c7. Maybe it did matter. Okay. So let's see. Okay, it's holding on here. I can play knight d4 with the threat of f4. Let's see, I can double the rooks. F4, Fe, rook e5, rook e5, king f8. Well, actually, maybe just taking on knight f3 and then knight e5. So f4 is threatened. It's difficult with the king in the centre here. Okay, let's say king. I was going to say king f8, maybe. Alright, cool. Okay, I think I'm leaving that knight now. I'm playing a4 here. This is too much. So a4 instead. Right. Okay, I'll just say that. Queen a6 threatened. And then there's rook b3. Alright, face of the game, as I missed. Okay, Fanaman. And it's nice to see the familiar faces. Thanks, guys, for your enthusiasm. Oh yeah, year before. It's been great. Okay, so a6 and d6. Okay, if I play for d6 and bishop g4, crikey. Yeah, I'm just going to do this here. And play for d5. I think this is a kind of theme in this. Playing for d5. Although h3 might be dangerous. Maybe d takes e4 there on h3. And maybe queen e2. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what to do here. I don't like the idea of taking f3. That's good light squares. Maybe just dropping the bishop back. I don't know, this pawn sack doesn't seem entirely convincing. So just maybe dropping the bishop back. Yeah, I don't want to end up with the bishop without a counterpart. If I gave up my bishop, the light square bishop here. Monster. Okay, I'm making it a monster here by playing this. Okay, maybe I can go back to e6 though to unpin. Okay, drag this back. d3 remains a target structurally. I wonder if d4. Okay, I don't want to activate the rook. If I can just double the rooks here. If I doubled the rooks here, that I played d4 at some point. Is it worth actually playing king h8 here to avoid trouble when this centre erupts with d4? Probably it's worth. Maybe okay. Maybe I should take this b file. Seems useful potentially. So if I played king h8 and then any c4, maybe there's knight b4 hitting d3. I'm wondering about rook d7 and doubling the rooks here. If I play rook d7 and double the rooks, rook d7 double the rooks. Let's see. Is that a way? Is that? Might be. I'm suspecting d4 could be a good idea here because that would unleash that rook on the e file, x-raying the queen. Okay, I'm expecting d4 really. I'm expecting d4 soon. Although maybe, okay, here we go. Can I shuffle to f7 here? It's ed knight f5 queen f7. AC takes this knight d4. Alright, I'll accept this now. Okay. I'm wondering about queen f7 to unpin here. Queen f7 unpinning. Right, is there rook d6 Romans? Maybe c5 would be nice. If I had time for c5. Alright. Let's try and unpin. It's got me on this other pin now. That's really good. Okay. Unfortunately. Alright, can't have everything. Can't have rook e6 and bishop d5 just yet. Can I play knight c7 here to try and relieve this pressure? I'm going to take here. Now my back row is slightly vulnerable if this was taken. Oh, I think I can. Thanks for the game, Fenneman. Okay, all this toe, all the classics, opponents sprout the air. Thanks. Yeah, happy Christmas and New Year when it comes to everyone. Yeah. Okay. So, and the fun thing is he accepts the Smith-Morra in some form. Okay, but I'll go with this Maroczy bind here approach. I kind of like this a little bit now. Just going for Maroczy bind here. So bishop e3, king h1, queen d2. rook d1, knight d5, that sort of thing. Queen d2, rook a d1, knight d5. Do I worry about h3? If I play h3, he's always going to... Well, I'm imagining a knight coming into the dark squares. If I let that pawn, it's dangerous. Like, it's a target for bishop h3 later. What's the less evil? Accepting the form pawn, or playing h3, accepting dark square weaknesses. Alright, I'll just accept the form pawn, I think, on this occasion. b3 secures down c4. That's often an issue. Oh, knight g3 is actually threatened, maybe. Let's get out of this x-ray stuff. b3 and bishop g5. This pawn could be a bit of a weakness as well, though, I think. So b3 and then bishop g5 and then maybe knight d5 with his kings in the center. He's playing like me, it seems. He hasn't castled, taking some liberties here. No, the king in the center. Bishop g5, knight d5. This center could be dangerous. What if I just wanted the queens coming off? Is that boring? If you ever played e6 to hit the knight, it weakens d6. That would be a nice target on that d file if he plays e6. So this is a nuisance knight. Now knight f6, bishop g5, that pawn's kind of vulnerable. He could create a form pawn out of it with h3 and g3. I don't know if that pawn's weak in the endgame. Maybe even I could try and play g4. Okay. This pawn's hanging here. Isn't that? It represents winning that b6 square. Did I miss something? Did I miss something? Oh, I did, yeah. Rook a8, okay. For a2, okay. I missed that. No, there's knight c7 check. Hold on. King in the center backfires. Rook a8, knight c7, yeah, because of that issue. You get backfires when there's tactical liabilities. If the king's in the center, it's a tactical liability. Knight b6 is possible here, stops rook a8. Then weakens d6, so as well as being able to take on d7. So it looks as though this is... Oh, there's bishop, no, there isn't bishop d4. So knight b6, then it seems to pawn up on knight b6. I'll just take that. Yeah, thanks for the game, Aldisto. Kingscrusher. Okay. Okay, d5 in one go there. Hit the center hard because my pawn's about to go. There's queen a5 check here, winning the bishop. Loose pieces fall off, so you can say that. Loose pieces fall off is an important thing. Tactical liabilities, loose pieces, king in the center. Watch out for these guys in the new year. Tactical liabilities. If you give me your tactical liabilities, I'll try and capitalise on them. Thanks. Okay. Okay, so let's try and keep a grip on e5, the e5 square. So let's see, bishop f4, bishop g3, then knight e5. So DC looks okay for rook d1. I don't want to maintain an isolated queen's pawn particularly. Queen, I don't know, hasn't got that many pleasant squares. e7, maybe b4 forces bishop d6, queen e6, bishop h7 wins the queen. So that's good, away from that disaster. Queen e8, but there is bishop b5 here. Isn't that leading to the same thing? Oh, there's bishop c6. I can stop bishop c6 with knight e5. So bishop b5, queen e7, b4. It looks like a simple positional move, but it's got venom here. It stops queen c6 as well, which hits g2. So I want to play bishop b5, queen e7, b4, bishop d6. Oh, I haven't got bishop d6 now. Big difference. Okay. It's b4 and rook d6, queen d6, not really convincing, unless knight f7 there. Oh, there's also knight g6, simply knight g6, hold on, knight g6 with bishop d6 just wins material. No, it doesn't, it's not check after. No, I think I'm starting to hallucinate again. I think overestimating and hallucinating at the same time. Okay. So was there any point of that at all? I can threaten knight g6 with now knight g6 with bishop d6, so that indirectly defends the pawn. Rook c3, knight g6, fg, bishop d6. Bishop e5 protect the pawn. So meanwhile I've got now a c3 issue. Now I've got a c3 issue. I wonder if bishop h4 is intriguing for knight g4. I could try this. Maybe I'm hoping knight g4 is useful. g5 there's knight h6. Bishop e5, queen e5 protects c3. I could take off the rooks. No, this is quite committal, this b4 business. Could be regretting it. Okay. Well, he's not hitting my c3 immediately now. g4. And if I took that, is there anything in that? I don't think there's a need to. Maybe just bishop g3. can't see anything immediately too concrete there. The check, king e8, check, king d7. This bishop can come this way. I don't think. Okay, I'll just play this for a moment. Okay, I'm wondering h4, there's knight h5. This knight h5 is a nuisance. My back row seems vulnerable. Any h3 does knight h5. Okay. Let's play for c4 maybe. What about dropping b4? So c4 and then what? c4 and then what? Queen c6 is happening. f3. Right, if I play queen e3, queen d2. Queen. Alright, let's see. Is it queen c6 time? Alright. Done on the clock. Rook c4 could be handy. Rook c7, okay. Fix. Get the king out. Oh, undouble. That's nice. To undouble there. Get my king a bit more center. Stop king e5. Is it? Do you want to draw? Right, well played. Well played. Yeah, good one. Jean Torin. I mean, yeah, it looked as though it was a little bit drawish. Yeah. So let's see. This I'm going with this exotic line with knight c3. Yeah, that's how it goes. Not d4. It's knight c3. The exotic line, and then taking away from this. That's why you need the deep ornate to away. So this is a popular line recently. At GM level. As far as I can tell, so this is a new trendy line. So maybe not that new. So knight d4 or knight g5. Knight g5 might have more going for it, I believe, because less simplification, and also I can target h5 with bishop e2. Any taking, I'm hitting h5. Any g6 there, g6, g6. Okay. I could play f3 as though g4 is handy at some point. Maybe king b1 is a useful safety measure away from this diagonal. King b1, bishop e2, g4, or maybe even rook g1 first, then g4, then bishop g6. Okay, any b4, maybe c4. Don't really want to take that. If he plays knight c4, yeah. Alright, take it there. Try to open up this G file now. Violent measures are called for. Pawn sack. Opposite side castling, violent games. So if I can double the rooks and bishop d4, how quick is this attack? Rook b8, c5, something like queen a5. I can double the rooks in the meantime. So rook g2, rook g1. Bishop d4 after. Bishop f6. What's the idea of that? Do I really get mated? Hang on. I don't really get mated, do I? I don't understand. I'm hoping I don't get mated anyway. Let's put it like that. There's queen c1 here, surely. To slow things down. There's bishop d4 here to protect c3. It's remarkably solid here because of this bishop, it seems, but yeah, that's a shame. What about f4, f5 then to try and soften this structure up? Before a rook sack. Now 2 rooks with a queen, I'm not sure I mind. Because this b file is rook b1, rook h8 anyway. Right. Right, knight h3 to f4. Then you do this sack. Queen e3, queen a3, queen e6. There's rook b2 there as well. But I think queen e6 is mating there. Queen e3 looks good then. In that regard, that might be just queen e6 to simplify. Rook b2, queen e6, queen a3, queen e6. Okay, I think queen e3 is central as well. In a more abstract sense, it's a central move. But concretely, queen e6 here. Is there something else about this? Alright, thanks for the game, gentlemen. Okay. On okay, is on around? Right, knight e4's threatened now. Okay, so knight e4. What's the states for the moment? So it sort of undermines white central occupation. Can I risk this? I just castle. Now bishop h6 is a nuisance. I want to play bishop h8. Bishop e3, maybe queen h5. Okay, so lock down e5. Maybe bishop g4 coming up. Alright, this e4 looks a bit vulnerable. So maybe b5 here could be nifty. Bishop takes, I can double. b5. There's bishop e3 and there's queen h5. Okay, what about a6? a6 maybe. So bishop e3, queen h5. Well, I'm tempted to just take that at f3. There's queen's protecting the bishop, but that might not always be the case. Something to make note of. Put some pressure on the queen side. Knight e5 to c4. Knight e5 to c4. Is that something? I can take here, holding the queen. Get the queens off. Going for knight c4, I think. I'm threatening knight f3, so bishop e2. Let's imagine bishop e2. Okay, I thought bishop e2 was more to the point. Okay, this allows knight c4. And b2 looks vulnerable now. Bishop move hits e7. Does it matter? It's king f8 maybe. And bishop b2, bishop b2. I'm still holding there. Let's do this then. And f6. And then king f7. Now bishop c1, knight takes d1 gives me a tempo. Yeah, knight takes d1. Maybe that's better than king f7, just takes and then, because this bishop could be dangerous on the light squares soon. It takes away the doubled rooks, so start to put some pressure here. There's bishop e3 there, maybe rook c4 is more accurate, or something else entirely. Okay, I think king f7. And if I go with for bishop f6, this for bishop f6, bishop g5, bishop f6. Alright, that secures e7, so my rooks now can play on the c file. Rook c5. Oh, okay, g5 is threatened. Okay, let's do this anyway. So double here on c2. Right, there's bishop g5 here. Rook d1, bishop c1. It looks passive. Oh, the d pawn's dropping off anyway. Okay, let's keep the pressure. Rook c4 without any downside here of b7. Oh, rook. Okay. Thanks on thanks for the game. Graph. Okay. Try a bit more. Right, let's do this Moroxy bind business. Secure down c4, not to lose the light square bishop that quickly, if I don't need to knight e5. Let's go with the ending. Was okay last time. Yeah, I think this is a nuisance for black, this ending position. Because e6, there's always d6, as mentioned before, as a target. Any knight d5, it kind of opens up, it kind of consolidates my space advantage. Maybe bishop b1 and a7's vulnerable again. This looks comfortable. a7's vulnerable on take bishop a7. I've secured down a2 against rook a8 now. So it's echoing that other game, some variations in the other game of taking on a7 and the a file. Right. If I just hold on a sec, let's just see what black's doing here. If I just do this for a moment. Can I probe at all black to do anything committal? Or just, I don't know, simplifying, does that achieve anything? Maybe not. It's a weakness. I just created for nothing, I know, but didn't know what else to do. Okay. Some dark squares weakened with that move. It's useful here for f4, but he's provoking me to move some pawns all the time. I'm being provoked here. I'm wondering if I can play g4 though. Try and force bishop d5. Well, knight b6, and then there's f5. This is getting a bit dangerous, isn't it? f5. He's got bishop d7. Isn't that c5? That's a key thing to worry about. c5. Oh, they've just given up that e5 square. This is very committal. But c5 might be worth it. Oh, there's 95 for f3. King f2 there. 95 king f2. This could improve structurally the situation. I have a target on e7, that d-file control. So dc bishop c5. Then there's rook d8 pinning c8. Yeah, rook d8 is a good one to aim for. So dc bishop c5. Don't think there's a tactic here. Controlling d7 enough. Rook d8 threatens. Isn't rook d8 threatens? There's pawn here. I don't know how dangerous that is. On knight c8 threatens, knight e7 winning the rook. Anyway, so this pawn when it reaches, there's knight g3 if it reaches h2. There's knight g3. No, I'm not threatening knight d7. Hold on. I'm threatening that rook on that bishop on c8 immediately. Can I not just play knight takes c8 here? Because knight c5, knight e7 wins the rook on b8. Isn't that also bishop e7? Thanks to the game, Graph. Thanks to the game. Scramble. Okay. Let's go with this aggressive setup. So queen e8 to h5, and then f4 is like a Grand Prix attack in reverse, this position. And Fischer had a game once with it, which I've video annotated on the Kingscrusher channel, where he did this f4 business as well. It's like, it was a very interesting game from the opening's point of view. Fischer playing kind of Grand Prix attack in reverse against the English opening. I think it was in a United States just club match or something. It was like a club match. I've forgotten the opponent. I think you'll be able to find it with a search Fischer Grand Prix attack on my channel if you're interested in the Fischer game I'm thinking about. Okay. Okay, so knight d4. Can I play bishop g3 here? It looks a little bit dangerous with this bishop here. There's no f3 clearly. But maybe knight f3 is also dangerous if the queen moved. I'd get those light squares. On the other hand, queen d2 to g5 could extinguish any attack. So I'm wondering, do I allow that queen g5? Maybe h6. Right, now knight f3. So I've stopped any queen g5. It looks dangerous to lose that thin-chattered bishop. A lot of the iconic games in chess, when that bishop's lost, that thin-chattered bishop. Queen h5, h3. Queen h5 looks maybe even better than just taking the exchange, just to do some damage on the king side. So h3 or h4. Let's imagine h4. Let's imagine h4. Don't have to imagine h4. I could just take the exchange here, or maybe g5. Just any rook e3 maybe takes. There's again on f3. Well, I could still play g takes there, so maybe g5 is worth it. He could take and then knight e4. So g5, knight f6, rook f6, knight e4. Let's imagine that position for a moment. G takes, knight f6 hits my queen. What if I took and then g5, change the move order here? Just knight takes and then g5. Yeah, I think I'm going to change the move order there. Although that gives rook e4, rook g4 potentially. Still, my rook on f8 is also supporting f3 there. So let's go with this one, g5. Mind you, this whole diagonal now, hang on, knight e4, the whole diagonal is compromised. Okay, let's give this a shot, I think. I want to tear down the doors here to the king rather than win the exchange. That could be a risky thing to do. I don't know, maybe taking the exchange was the thing to do. Okay. Now g takes, there's queen h6. Alright, now maybe we can distinguish this bishop with bishop d4 to be the exchange up without losing my king too quickly. I think there's rook e4 here, queen e4, bishop f3, rook f3, king h2. In that position, well, it kind of looks fun in some respects. I can't define more than that at the moment. It looks as though this is worth a punt. Okay, hold on. If I take he takes rook e1. There's always queen h3 check. Yeah. Oh, he's got queen d4 check coming up. Why don't I just go in for this ending? Oh, I really want an ending. Yeah, I think I do in the light of queen d4. Take it here, take on a3. Yeah, maybe that was not best, but okay. Try and get a dangerous pawn over here. I thought you'd be taking this d3 soon, yeah? Oh, he's given me a nice little tactical idea. Otherwise, I think I was doomed with best play. Still might be doomed. I don't know. It's dangerous. Let's see. The king g6, rook g6. I play king e6 after. These pawns might drop off. Okay, very dangerous. Thanks. Thanks. I think I got lucky there. Yeah. Okay. I think I was off put by the queen d4 move. Check. Yeah. Go bailing out into that ending. So let's see. Chess Pagel. Is he around? Okay, let's board here. And oh, very strong opponent. That usually beats the hell out of me. Okay. Alright. Yeah, let's go again. Let's go again. Can I try and get King's Indian? I'm gonna get something else. Oh no. Unpin or something? I don't know, am I unpinning? Can I do this? Seems okay for a moment, at least. The position. Oh, maybe I should have done b6. Oh, I can still do b6. Hang on, isn't there? Is there a weakness of the last move? Did he mean to do that? Okay, can I protect c7 with knight g8 coming up? Can I put a knight on c5? Nice positional. Looks good so far. So far so good. Another. Just a rook up now. I'm a knight up. Time for him to resign. No. No? Okay. Okay. No. He's going to try and swindle me. I'm sure he's a knight down here for not much. Let's get the queens off. Just to be paranoid about getting mated. If you get the queens off, oh, thanks, mate. Thanks. Finally, thank you for the Christmas present. Thank you. It's good to meet someone in that rating. I don't know. Thanks for spreading the joy around. Remember, when you lose, you spread the joy around. Don't feel bad about it. Feel good. Feel good. Feel good. Yeah. It's good to spread the love around. Oh, there's 2 more minutes to go. I'll tell you how we could fill these 2 more minutes. Okay. Let's go to see the other scene for a moment. Now, you can have a fantastic Christmas and New Year if you have 15% off with the Kingscrusher voucher code here. If I didn't emphasize this enough, this voucher code, yeah, Kingscrusher. Funny enough, remember Kings plural crusher, not King Crusher. It's Kingscrusher, yeah. And so I'm hoping, as you get older, I'm speaking from my experience, it's just nice to have the loved ones around and people still alive, and health is the top thing. So I don't really have any expectations of Christmas, except I just want everyone to be okay. That's my hope, and the same with you guys and your families. So health and then prosperity and New Year and other things can come later, but hope everyone's well, and hope you have a good time, and don't put on too much weight like me. Okay, so all right. So I'm hoping to see you next week, and what else is there to say? Check out, I've done all the Alpha Zero games now, all 10 in the research paper. I'm going to try and get in contact maybe with Demis to try and release more of these games. These games will be like a gold mine of ideas. I just think they're a gold mine. So I knew Demis from momentarily from school. Yeah, we had an intersection at school, with intersecting years. I mean, so let's see. So that was a classic for the Sema Alpha Zero. But yeah, I mean, if you want to check that out, and yeah, have a good fun with your chess, and see you next week. Okay, thanks very much. Cheers then.